let's get some things out of the way. The managers that have never won anything major beyond like a cheeky domestic competition here and there. Vincent Kompany, legacy defining. Winning the Bundesliga doesn't define your legacy if you're the Manchester United, the Bayern Munich manager. Then Rui Borges, who before this had never managed in the Champions League before. Yes, with Vitória Guimarães, he had been in Conference League and whatnot. Different kind of worms. Rui Borges, I guarantee you ask anybody who the Sporting manager is, that'd be one of the 8 managers that they couldn't name today. Mikel Arteta, I feel like Mikel Arteta goes all the way up here. Legacy defining. And then I might. Oh, and then one more.
I was going to say.
Yeah. Of course. Sorry, I was thinking the next. So the next 4 are a little bit tricky. Who should we start with?
The bald one?
Okay, Arne Slot. Arne Slot won a Premier League in his first ever season. Liverpool spent, what, 20-something years going after a Prem. They finally got it with Klopp. This guy comes in and wins a Premier League. That makes you a legend, I feel like, in Liverpool. Does it not, Jeff?
Yeah, no, I don't think that's an unfair point at all. Just that they're in a tricky spot right now.
Right, but right now, but in the grand scheme of things, this guy walked in there and won a Premier League. Like, even if it all comes crashing down, it feels like he's still going to be a very beloved manager. But maybe beloved is a lot, but a very esteemed manager in Liverpool lore.
Not necessarily esteemed, but I'm looking. I think you state the case very well. I'm just in my mind whether or not he is legacy secured or marginal gains. I can't make up my mind which one he is.
I don't think he's legacy secured because of everything that's happening right now. But
he won a Premier League.
But he won a Premier League. I don't think his legacy is going to be tarnished. I'm going to put him at marginal gains. Almost like, but I do, if he wins Champions League, that's his Champions League
in his second year?
And
Premier League in his first? Would that be the defining step?
Those are the 2 defining titles of Klopp's era. I'm open to discuss. Hansi Flick has already...
In your normal open-minded fashion.
Hansi Flick has already won a Champions League, has already won several leagues. I think this guy, he's legacy secured. To me, it doesn't change too much what I think about Hansi Flick. If he wins a second Champions League, pretty incredible, but I still have him up there as a very brilliant young manager that can even keep on expanding his legacy. Now I'm thinking adversely. I think Luis Enrique goes in there, and Cholo Simeone marginal gains. I'm gonna do a switch now that I see this. I'm gonna put Arne Slot here, and I'm gonna put Hansi Flick there, and this is my tiers officially.
I'm curious. So you had a bit of pushback on Arne Slot.
Yeah, but
so win the Premier League in your first season
with Klopp's team.
Win a Champions League in your second season. I mean, that'd be massive.
All of the conversation around Arne Slot, if he wins the Champions League this season, just goes completely out the window, and he enters a different category of Liverpool manager in the hearts of Liverpool fans. That's why, for me, I moved him from marginal gains, where, of course, it changes things if you win. You're already kind of a legend for having won that Prem. But Prem in Champions League in 2 years just moves you up, and that's why I think he does have a lot to gain.
No, if they win it, he's legacy secured.
His legacy is secure, but that legacy secured category means that it doesn't matter if you lose or not, your legacy is already secured, and I don't think that's the conversation for Arne Slot. You know what I mean?
Right, like, in which case, then I'm going to go legacy defining.
So the one
really,
yes, Mikey makes a great point.
Yeah.
You win a Premier League and a Champions League in your first 2 seasons at Liverpool.
Oh my gosh.
That's unbelievable.
Without Alexander Isak, as well, the player that you paid a bazillion of dollars for.
Yeah.
The one that I'm actually really surprised you put at marginal gains, Cholo Simeone. That for me would be legacy defining. He's won everything except that one trophy.
For sure.
Would
you think differently about Cholo Simeone and the ilk of manager he is if he wins this Champions League or not?
Yes. I think Cholo Simeone is an exceptional manager. I don't put him anywhere near the manager that Luis Enrique is, anywhere near the manager that Hansi Flick is, anywhere near the manager that Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti, solely because of the trophy with the big ears.
For sure.
He has redefined La Liga, redefined Atleti. But man, that Champions League, if they won the Champions League this season, Nico, I mean, we would
I get
change
it.
the whole narrative.
He's been to the Champions League twice, in the Champions League final twice before. And I think he is regarded as in that elite category of managers. He's not in, like, he is above the Artetas of the world.
If they win the Champions League.
If they win I don't think his stock, I mean, obviously he's going to be remembered for this Champions League that they win. He's not going to go up in category. I put him in that same category in my eyes as amongst the great managers of world football at the moment. He has
if you list,
changed Atlético Madrid.
if you list,
You think he enters the Pep Guardiola category with one Champions League? You think he enters the Carlo Ancelotti category with one Champions League?
hang on, you're changing the categories.
Yeah.
This is legacy defining. You're changing the categories.
Where would you guys
Also,
put him?
how many times has the trophy been retained?
The Real Madrid has only done
Real
it
Madrid and Milan and Madrid.
Yeah, but Milan in 1989, 1990.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're saying Luis Enrique wins back-to-back Champions Leagues. That's not legacy defining?
Now we're talking a different conversation.
No, but hold on. I think you're misinterpreting what legacy defining is in when I use these tiers. Yes, of course, it's legacy defining. If you win 5 more Champions Leagues, it's legacy defining. But I think to some point his legacy is secured if he wins or not the Champions League. He's already won it twice. He's highly regarded in world football.
I understand that, but I just think if he wins it back-to-back, we know how that moves him into a different category. I think.
Well, then everybody's legacy defining at the end of the day if you win the Champions League. Maybe legacy defining wasn't a good name for a category because it's clearly confusing us.
I think his legacy is already secured because look at PSG had never won the Champions League, right?
I'm going to change the top category to changes everything.
So
Jeff is
my argument
confused.
for legacy secured is prior to Luis Enrique being the manager of PSG had never won the Champions League. He did something no other manager had done, being given all the resources at that club. And also, he changed the narrative in French football. Prior to him, Marseille had been the only club that won the Champions League of any French football club. Now PSG is in that conversation. So, yes, the bonus is winning back-to-back.
I'm also going to take another one out.
Okay.
Arbeloa. Ooh. Right. They win the Champions League. He'll be sacked within 6 weeks of next season.
You think it's
It's Roberto Di Matteo.
Di Matteo.
It's taken over someone else's team. No, he's out.
So marginal gains or defining step?
Marginal gain.
Just
Marginal gain.
We're not even considering him. We're just moving him off to the side.
Yeah.
Real Madrid's rookie manager.
Yeah.
You don't think Real Madrid will give him the extension if
They win.
They
he
win the
wins the
Champions League?
Champions
Yeah,
League?
but I mean, they won't sack him.
No, well,
Eventually.
so my one pushback to not sacking him, the players love him. The players love him.
No,
I'm not
You don't think
convinced.
the
I'm
players
not
love him?
convinced about that.
Did they show their love at Real Mallorca at the weekend?
Oh, they didn't have a full-strength team. Come on, get over that. They didn't have a full-strength team, Jeff.
Wait, hold on. Wait, stop.
No Fede Valverde.
Okay.
You kidding me?
Hold on, wait.
There's a lot.
What do you
can
mean get over the loss that is eventually going to lose you La Liga as a Real Madrid? You can't.
We're gonna get into this when we talk about Real Madrid, right? But in my opinion, if you ask any Real Madrid fan which match they fear most, most of them would have said Mallorca, not Bayern.
Hang on, look.
Most would say Mallorca, not Bayern.
Look, we're on tiers here. So how many are we disagreeing with, Mikey?
So the big one I disagree with is Cholo. I think that changes everything for Cholo. And I agree about Arbeloa, and I can't disagree about Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first 3 managers there, or maybe even the 4 managers.
No dispute.
So, but the thing for me with Cholo Simeone, in my eyes at least, it doesn't change much if he wins or doesn't win the Champions League. And it's not like he's going to get sacked or not sacked from Atlético Madrid if he wins or loses the Champions League. He's still going to be there. He's going to decide to walk away. He has built his repertoire. He has built the respect that everybody in Spain has for him. He's one of those managers that you can't sack, and that's why for me, you don't have a lot to lose and you don't have a lot to gain if you're Cholo Simeone. He's just in an echelon.
You can't not have a lot to gain by winning the Champions League. It's a massive prize.
I think
and to do that as...
Okay, how about defining step then? I'm willing to, but not changes everything. Because I don't think that's what...
Can I just check something? These categories. Did you do these in the car on the way in?
I did them on the car on the way out yesterday. A little bit confusing, but that's... I can't put Cholo in the same category as Kompany, Rui Borges, Arteta, and
I think we need to
Arbeloa.
change that changes everything tier and break it down even more into a couple more tiers there.
Thanks for watching this video from Morning Footy. For all news and insights regarding leagues around the world like EFL, Serie A, and all UEFA competitions, both men's and women's, don't forget to sign up for Paramount+.